East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New York Giants. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games when making that trek. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. He didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. A run straight ahead with Genty. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. You talk about this Giant defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And the Giants first down.
Corn now on 1st and 10. And a pretty quick burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 10 more there and another first down.
Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Purdy. Throw left side complete. That's Burke. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 8. from the gun, a give to Corum. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 38.
He's brought down by Terrion Arnold.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll try to pick it up himself. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Purdy from the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Purdy's pass.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first
It's
quarter.
a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
Raiders.
Over the middle, complete. It's Burke. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off.
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Raiders offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's 2nd best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Jeanty. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Yards on the play. And the Las Vegas first down. A gain of 13 yards.
Goff now to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Quick toss by Goff is complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Tyler Newman there defensively.
On the give, Jeanty. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. You talk about this Giant defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That good for 19 on a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough. With a lot of polish, nice little bumping. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Purdy. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Giants.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Ruben Hippolyte on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football from the 38 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Purdy. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Purdy now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Goff now looking to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle they go. Dobson. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobson. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 40-yard line.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Purdy. That is caught. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Giants. Romeo Doubs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And the Raider first down.
3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
At the 47-yard line.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And it'll give the Raiders a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Goff. And that is incomplete here. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. 22 yards there, a first down.
Las Vegas, first down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Raiders.
Now a handoff to Genty. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Back to throw, Goff. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. And this is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They run straight ahead with Corum. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to first and 10. Purdy looking to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Corum. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Back to throw. Purdy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Purdy from the gun on third down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Operating from the gun, Purdy. That's to the pylon and incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal.
Second and goal.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, what a move. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. In motion goes the tight end. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all. Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. He finds his man. Complete. It's Burke. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Purdy over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Purdy. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Purdy. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Well, and that is incomplete. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. 10 weeks have come and gone. The temperature's starting to dip a little bit here in November. Lots to show you. Let's talk about it. Our trip through the NFL starts now. In the Windy City, the Bears at home to take on the Saints. And this is Parker Washington. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Saints get a much-needed win as they move back to 500 at 5-5. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital. Looking in on the Commanders, they're playing host to the Miami Dolphins. And this is the visitors' running back. One more to bring you up. Let's go to Arlington. The Cowboys hosting the Denver Broncos. And this is Jalen McMillan. He'll take this one in, one of 2 touchdowns for him in the first half. The Cowboys lead it by a point at halftime. With that, time for a look at the rest of the action going on here in week number 11 in the NFL's regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. Oh, nice move. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Giants offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Dobson. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now it's gone. And he comes back with one complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Goff. Johnson. And the ball is knocked out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Completed out left to Dobbs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 27.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Number 28. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the
Purdy sets up to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And the Giants first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Purdy. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Romeo Doubs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Michael Dixon
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
On the give, Jeanty. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. To throw is Goff. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Jeanty. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 38, Purdy. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try the left side. Dobson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Ginty. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Gone. That's complete. Ginty out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10.
Ginty. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
There's Goff. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Out of the gun, they give it to Corum. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Purdy. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
First down.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
At the 34-yard line.
Now a handoff for Corum. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Purdy now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And the Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. Now he'll tuck this and run. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Purdy. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Purdy from the gun. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. That sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And his kick is indeed good. I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Raiders heading out to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. The drive will begin with a run by Gentoo. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 47-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Now gone. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 27 yards. And the Raider first down.
Out of the gun. Goff. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
The Raider first down. First down, Las Vegas.
Jeanty will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
38-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
At the Raiders' 46-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
He's tackled at the 30.
Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
Not in any rush offensively. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. On the give, it's Corum. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raiders offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Wood now throwing to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Wood. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
It's a turnover on downs.
On first down, Dobson. Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is intercepted. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Right at midfield. A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.